it's time for a special edition of See It or Skip It, because I'm hosting it for today, and we have our resident film critic, Patrick Beatty, here. And look at that. What you got right there?
I'm so glad for us to be talking about so many films and series, especially one that we saw together this week.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm doing it today is because I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. Ahsoka is out. I got my Star Wars tie. You have the Ahsoka ears on, so what do we think of it?
Well, for me, being somebody that hasn't dipped into the animated genre the same way that you have, and I want to know your thoughts too, I feel like it has a lot of good things going for it. I'm excited for the future, but there's a lot of characters that we don't know a lot about their histories, about their interactions. Are they going to actually explain it to us? It doesn't seem like it. It seems like they're going straight into the story. And rest in peace, Ray Stevenson. He is incredible. And his broad shoulders and that cloak when he's going after people, it's incredible. But tell me what you thought.
It's very intense, but I mean, I completely agree. If you haven't seen Rebels or Clone Wars, the animated series, then you probably will be a little bit lost at first. But I think just within the first couple of episodes that there's some pretty good character development. But if you have watched the animated series and we're a big fan, I've been just kind of fanboying all about this. So for me, fantastic.
Are we both going to call it a see it?
100%. You should go see it.
Yeah, all right.
Now, another thing that I really enjoyed growing up, not only with Star Wars, but I really enjoyed the game Gran Turismo. That's a movie now.
Right. Well, it's not necessarily a video game adaptation per se. It's based on a true story of an underdog story. This gamer that loved the video game just like you gets the chance to actually race in a real race. David Harbour is his Rocky Balboa, his Mickey to his Rocky Balboa. It's directed by Neil Blomkamp. It's surprisingly very heartfelt. The trailers don't do it justice. I think everybody should go and see it, and there's definitely a lot to be said about the visual effects, the way that they build these characters, and the racing is very fun to watch.
Well, and I think for gamers in general, Gran Turismo carries a lot of weight, so at the end of the day, you think it's a pretty good movie, but is this a see it or skip it?
This is a see it, and it's for people that didn't play the game, because it's an underdog story at the end of the day, and it's very relatable.
Okay, so what else do we got to look forward to?
Well, we actually had the opportunity to talk with Colin Ford, who's starring in the film The Hill. This is a baseball story about a real-life person as well. I asked what it was like portraying that real-life person, and this is what he had to say.
I wanted as much information as possible. I think that, you know, I feel like you have a responsibility sort of as when you play somebody in real life that you want to do justice. You want them to at least give you their approval, right? So, you know, I just wanted to make sure that, like, especially with the baseball stuff, you know, it was really important that I got Ricky's swing down. It was really important that I understood what his disabilities meant and how that looked, you know, on camera, and what that meant for him physically while running or whatever, playing.
So what you think?
Story. I think it's a really good story. I don't think it's going to be pretty conventional for a lot of people. If you're a religious person, you may enjoy it a little bit more. But for me, it's a wait for it for streaming. If not, see it later.
Okay, so what do we have coming up, and where can the people find you? Got about 30 seconds
left. Check out the full reviews on abc4.com on See It or Skip It, and you can check out all of my stuff on patrickbeattyreviews.com and all the social media.
All right, so that's See It or Skip It for this week. We'll look forward to seeing you next week. Brian, Jillian?